let me start asking you a little bit about this album of yours.
Yeah.
Don't become the thing you hated. It has the title has quite a message in it. How do you see that as a message to the world? How would people take that?
Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not so much of a message. It's more an observation that that in this the world and all our discussions have become more or less binary. We're it's one side or the other. And when I see Facebook or other media, it's so often that people are asked, you like this or do you like that? When the newspaper are posting that, or certain sites posting that, this is how they generate their clicks, because they understood, I think, how Facebook works and how social media works. The more emotion you bring in, and the more it's not, yeah, it's a bit like this. I understand you. Yeah, yeah, you can see it like this, but you can also maybe see it a little bit like this. So I'm not so clear in it. And I mean, this world is so complex. How can we say only this is right, and for absolutely 100% percent sureness, this is wrong? I think the style of conversation has changed a lot, and what I observe is that no matter which side you're on, uh, more and more people behave like they very much rejected a couple of years ago to behave. We lost a certain kind of openness, a certain kind of humanity in our discussions. Da, 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 da. The escalation ladder, we climbed it in time records. It's incredible. I'm very sure that there are some social studies going on about that, how fast we climb, these escalation ladders, how when it comes to discussions. It's crazy, and it's not good for us. It's not good for societies. It's poison, and it's just there because it feeds engines. It's just there because people make money with that, with our emotions, with our clicks. This is the only reason why we as human behave like this. And thinking about that, phew, um, that makes something with me. That makes something with us. That's I don't know where it ends. I'm really concerned. It's more, from my feeling, don't become the thing you hated. When I would say to you, it was, hey, Sabine, hey, don't become the thing you hated. I would say it with a smile, in all my respect. More as a concern than as a real advice.
That's a nice way of looking at it, I think. And I think you're probably very right with the role of social media in, yeah, how people catch on nowadays.
Yeah,
If you look at the album, you described it, I think, as dark yet some hopefulness in there.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
how do you balance this emotional weight that comes with that and bring a sense of optimism into it?
Yeah, that's a very, very good question. I don't know where it comes from. I think a part of that in our band comes from my personality, maybe. I can really struggle. I can really be in fear. I can really be, I have strong emotions. So let's say it like this. And but also, you know, um, the other emotion of, come on, get your ass together, and do what you like to do, and push it, and don't let them bring you down that way. Don't surrender. I think that's in our DNA. When you remember, I don't know how long you are into that music, or how much you're into Rotersand, Werkskörper, how you say that in English? Werkskörper, how you say that? Our program, our catalog. There was an album that was called Welcome to Goodbye. And the first two titles have been Welcome to Goodbye and Dare to Live. Do you remember that? Do you know that? Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I heard about it. I mean,
Yes.
I did some
So
research,
welcome
obviously.
to goodbye. Welcome to a world that knows goodbye. You know, that's a sad thing. You know, and it goes really deep. You know, goes really deep into human darkness in a way. The darkness you can feel. You know, about saying goodbye. You know, about the pain that comes with it. And then, right after this ballad desk track, you know, there comes Dare to Live, you know, and you can only try and dare to live. Do you see? Do you feel? Do you know? You know, that's a very simple answer to that. And what I would like to say, without talking too much about that, is when I was in a personal crisis because, you know, my first wife and I, we split and it was tough times. And, you know, every human feels, you know, knows that how it can feel and how desperate you can be in these episodes of your life. And and then for a sudden, random playlists played Welcome to Goodbye. And, you know, I was sitting there, well, that's really the right song in the moment. I don't want this fucking ballad to play now. You know, I'm sad enough, you know, but it goes fast. It's not such a long song. And then Dare to Live, you know. And then someone was singing the lyrics that I quoted, and it gave me so much energy, and it was such a push, you know. It really took me out of the black hole I was sitting in, and that was an amazing experience. And I think this is really, I think it's in our in DNA. I think that's my life in a way. I'm a very positive and thankful person. You know, this is how I go through life. And at the same time, of course, I can be sad. You know, I can be very sad and depressive and so on. And I think that's how I balance myself, and that ends up in the music.
Hmm, okay, that's nice. If you look at creating this album, can you take us a little bit through your creative process? Is it mainly you who brings him? Is Christian? How does that work? How do you work together on new music?
Yeah, there are several ways of how we come there. One way is that I come up with a song that I put together on a acoustic guitar on a piano, and sometimes it's meant as a ballad, and it ends up with Krishan's work and the way he proceeds it ends up as an industrial club uh, track. You know, it, everything there is possible. Sometimes Krishan comes up with a chord progression or an atmosphere or sequences. You know, it can be in many ways. But the point is that there are many filters on the way. Before a Rotersand song becomes a Rotersand song, that we really take into consideration on putting it on the next album. And for most of the songs, it's years, and many of our songs could have been on the previous album or even the album before. And it takes a lot of time until, you know, we both are happy with it. It's really hard work for us. Most of the times it's hard. It's hard work, and it takes a lot of time before we are happy with it.
Hmm. Interesting, because I think I saw one of you mention that you guys write a song every day, almost
Yeah,
on a,
yeah, yeah. There are many.
that's
There are many. I
quite a
can.
production.
Yeah.
But
Let me see. Let me see. I have a store here. In the moment, I have 601 on stock.
Wow, that's a lot. That
And
means that there must
there,
be
there have been filters, there have been filters already
yeah,
of that number, otherwise it would be like thousands, you know. Yeah. So a lot of have been deleted already.
yeah, okay. But still sounds like you have a couple more albums coming ahead at some point.
Yeah, 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 but it takes so long to finish that, you know. I
Yeah.
think if I would do a ballad album, it would be much faster, or you know, if we would do a techno album with less songs, you know, more tracks, it would be much faster. But it is like it is, and we have our freedom with it now. But of course, it's pain in the ass for the labels and for the managers. They hate it. They hate that we take such a long time with everything.
Well, they just have to live with it, I think. All right. If I look at the album, there's tracks like Private Firmament and Sexiness of Slow that you premiered already before the album actually released.
Yeah,
Um, what was the mood and direction that we were trying to signal with these two songs already before the album got out?
the direction with these two songs.
Yeah,
Why why have they come out before? You
yeah,
mean? Yeah, just to
like
tease the album, huh? That's something the labels organize. You know, it's just teasing the album.
mm,
You know, we have Metropolis in America, and we have for the
yeah.
rest of the world Trisol, and these guys work it out. You know, we leave
Ah, okay.
that's
So
their
you
freedom.
don't decide.
We don't say. You know, they have fresh ears with it. They know. You know, and we pay them for that. So let them
Mm,
do their work. You know. Um, I made several times in my life as a musician. I made the experience. Can you say it like this? Yeah. I got to know that you know certain songs on albums, even not being singles before, they make their way into the hearts of your audience. You know, they can be also club hits some for a sudden. You know, that has happened several times in my career. Even with my 80s bands, it has happened. So you know, I don't give too much, you know, brain work on which has to be the first song. You know, we love them all.
but you do choose that for live sets for yourself, don't you?
Yes, yes. Live sets is difficult with so many songs out. It's really true, because of course you wanna have the party. You know, we are known our you know we are known. If it's good or bad, I don't know, but we are known for being really party band live. You know, it's you know it's exhausting for the audience sometimes. They say, so we really push it. You know, and of course, you like to play as much as possible of the hits of the club hits of the songs people like most. You know, obviously, there's no Rotersand show without Waiting to be Born or Exterminate, Annihilate, Destroy or stuff like this. You know, but more and more there are, for instance, shows where we don't play Merging Oceans anymore. You know, and so far nobody missed it, so should seems to be okay. It's always the same with dinosaur bands like us in terms of we are that old and so like 2 decades in the market. You know, you have to take your decisions. So, but yet from the new album, I think extra for that we will arrange some release parties where we play live, you know, in smaller venues, you know, with our die-hard fans, just to celebrate the new songs, you know, before they get lost in the Rotersand live world, maybe, like so many others on the previous albums before.
That sounds nice. You can easily see which song works with fans that have known
Yeah,
you for a long time, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, you are incorporated some unexpected sounds in this release. I heard some horns, some Roomba. What inspires you to bring these surprises in there?
Oh, these. I think what is the instrument? Is it a 606? What is it? That's Krishan. That's definitely Krishan. He makes a lot of fun for himself out of that, I think. We have this
Okay.
weapon. There's one Roland machine, an ancient one, a legend one, which is more into these Latin music and instruments. A pity that Kushan is not here. And it's funny because this question is has been asked several times for the album interview. So you're in
Yeah.
line with your professional colleagues on that question. Yeah, I really think he's making fun, a good feeling for himself with that. He likes to break things. He likes to have not only the cliche of one thing. He likes
Yeah.
to disturb us. He's disturbing me with that as well. Sometimes it's irritating me. Why do I have a why do we have it there? But okay, let the kids play, so it's cool.
Yeah, I think for journalists, we're quite accustomed to listen to all genres that we get in a
Yeah,
wide variety. So
yeah,
I think that's
yeah,
maybe different than the average listener, perhaps.
yeah.
So we always tend to notice all those details a lot.
Yes, yes, yes,
And
maybe. But I think he loves it. He loves to break. Is it, do you understand what I would like to say there? He likes to, he likes to, yeah, to send this little irritation. I think that's part of his artistic being, to do so. To have this little queer whatever things put into that. And oh, he does it live as well. Sometimes I'm completely surprised during a live show because he puts in a certain Latin or whatever rhythm or noises or samples or loops, and okay, 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 and then I continue. He likes that. He loves it, and yeah, well, let him play. It's okay. I think it's we're in this together. So
yes, if you look at the songs like click, scroll, tap, and believe, you talk a
yeah,
bit about digital fatigue, and yeah, I think for us as content makers also, it's always a wonder to how long you can stretch the attention span of the receiver, so to say.
yeah.
Um, I know that for many artists nowadays, young people mainly know them for the 30 seconds that made it to a TikTok song.
Yeah, yeah.
How does that change your perspective towards what you create?
Whoa, that's not the right question for me. I think Krishan could tell more about that because I'm not so much into that. I sometimes hear that this or that video or this or that teaser is too long that I have produced, but I don't care. Obviously, sometimes it's too long. It's not my word. To be honest, it's not my word. Absolutely not my word. It's or this. I'm honestly, I'm on Facebook and Insta, and that's enough for me. We're not on TikTok. I don't care for YouTube or things like this. You know, I'm an old man. In this subject, I'm really, really, really an old man, and I hate it. To be honest, I hate that. It doesn't make the world a better place. I'm very sure about that. It has so much potential, but it, it takes more from us than it gives. And I'm just there because I'm a professional musician and I have to. It's part of my work. It's part of my job description to say, okay, I have a new song. Okay, I go to this concert. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I do this. You know, I'm trying to do the absolute minimum of what I should do. And I see that, other bands that really care for it, that really, I don't know, identify with it and like it, you know. Their music might be less heard, but they have much more people that follow them in the digital world, you know. But, you know, I'm happy enough to say, okay, okay. For me, it's enough. I make great music. And if only 10 people, in 5 years, only 10 people care for what we are doing and what we are releasing, I have my freedom with it, and I go to their living rooms and play my music there if they like.
Right. One of the songs that I personally
It
liked.
looks like you're a bit disappointed about my answer.
No, I must commit. Say that that's social media is getting less on me. So
Yeah,
uh, if I could find somebody who takes that and does it for me, I would be perfectly happy.
yeah, the same. I tried several times to find someone, doing it like this, but it didn't work. It didn't work. It didn't work.
Yeah, it is what it is. We have to deal with it a little bit at least.
Yeah,
But
it's
that
part.
is
It's really part of it. If this is the only thing you don't like about your job, okay, okay, then stop crying. I say to myself, stop crying, Rascal. Just do it and do what's necessary, and that's it.
sure. All right. One of my favorite tracks that I heard in this release is "I Will Find You," and I was wondering if you can tell
One
me a
of
little
your
bit of
favorite
the.
tracks is "I Will Find You."
Yes.
Oh, I love it. I love it. That's my. I think that's my ultimate favorite. And for this song, is true that it's not like I said, it takes very, many years. This song was very freshly written. And it wasn't supposed to be, it wasn't supposed that there's another song necessary for this album. The album was finished. And then, and Christian already said that he's so happy that it's finished now and that he can master it and that's it. And then I came up with "I Will Find You." Um, and then he was convinced, okay, we do another song.
Mhm.
I love that you mention it. It's really my favorite. I love the song. And um, I would like to do a rework. We will do reworks as usual from some of the songs. And for Christian, it's not um, in this circle of songs that he thinks we can add another aspect of. I want to do a rework, but I need to convince him because I would like to stress some of the ingredients of this song, some of the features, and the feeling that is also inside, which is not so much coming out in the moment. So I would love to have a rework done by us as well. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love "I Will Find You" almost every evening in the moment. In the moment since release on Spotify. I hear it before I go to sleep. I take my headphones at night, deep in the night, and I just take a listen, and it means so much to me, this song. Cool that you mention it. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to hear. I think if you look forwards to what's gonna come out in probably a next album, do you think that the themes that you have been speaking on in this release are gonna be extended on that?
Um, the tickets,
The themes, the
the
subjects,
subject. I
yeah,
don't
subjects
understand.
of the songs.
Okay. Okay. Content-wise, we're talking.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, if there are new subjects coming in that haven't been in Rotersand songs so far. Of course, I can imagine, but they have to come from somewhere. Do you have a proposal? Do you wrote a Rotersand song?
Hmm, I haven't thought about that. I'll get back to you if I have something.
Yeah, but if there is a subject that you would say, wow, that could be a subject of Rotersand, how they, it would fit into the Rotersand world, then I would be eager, I would be, how to say that, curious. Yeah, curious to know and curious to get in touch. But what will be new is that lyrics will be in German language a few.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Yes, I have since a couple of years. I have my, you know, um, s- German songs pop up. It happens that we are working on German songs. I mean, with German lyrics, and that's something I would like to find out how it will work, how our audience will like it. That could be a news someday.
Well, that sounds interesting. Sometimes German language gives a bit of different feel
Absolutely,
to a song. There's a couple of
absolutely,
I know
absolutely.
there's a couple of bands who have both the English version and a German version of songs,
Yes,
and
they're very
you
good,
can
very, very good examples. Wolfsheim is an example. Diary of Dreams is an
yeah.
example. And of both of these bands, the German songs are my favorites.
Hmm.
It's funny, but also Diary of Dreams, they had such a touching A-track EP out. I don't know I had to look if you would be interested in it, but there's one song in German. It's so touching. It was so touching. I had like several years that this song was very close to me. So, yeah.
Hmm.
And I grew up with German artists like as well as Udo Lindenberg, for instance, Einstürzende Neubauten, um, and so on and so on. Tonsteine, Scherben, there nichts, these are all these bands meant a lot to me, and I know so many lyrics by heart and can sing them instantly with my guitar. So yeah, but it took a couple of years to find out what could be my German identity. Like you say, it sounds completely different. It gives you a completely different feeling, you know. So you have to find your language in that. How Udo Lindenberg changed the language, how Fantastische Vier changed, the language. Einstürzende Neubauten as well, with certain kind of expression. So yeah, as an English singing artist, you need to learn how does it, what kind of words, what kind of putting this together, what kind of melodies will work with how the way how I would like to sing German. It's funny, but it will happen. I'm sure that something will come out the next few years.
All right. Thank you very much for talking to us.
Hey, thank you, Sabine. I hope it was interesting enough for you.
Yeah, I think so. I really enjoyed the album, and I really wanted to know a little bit more about it and your
Okay, cool.
perspectives on that. So
Okay,
I'm
cool.
glad you had the time to talk with us.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much for your
All
interest
right.
and for your good
Okay.
question. Cheers.
All right. Bye.
Have a good time. Bye bye.